And welcome, race fans, to not quite the last race, but one more to it. This is a big one here tonight, as the top 4 in points will advance to the finale, and that will be at next week. But tonight we're going to be here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. It's a little half-mile high bank track. Produces a lot of speed. Before I get going, though, I do have a co-commentator out there, and he's on the track. Number 51 of Derek Sherman is going to go out there and rub elbows with the other drivers out there tonight and put on a good show, hopefully, and hopefully not get in the way of the playoff contenders. But Derek, how's the track feel out there tonight?
It's a little slick at the moment. But it feels great. The setup has a bunch of grip in it. The rear end, it's going to be. It's not something that I'm used to driving. You're redlining quite a bit down the front straights. But other than that, the car feels great. The track temps is great. I ran with the boys for a few laps on the track. It's going to be interesting to see. I am horrible. My goal is just to put on a good show. I guess I was going to show off my talents for Jimmy because, today it's Jimmy's birthday and I can't show him the birthday suit. So the best thing that I can show him is my racing skills. So happy birthday to Jimmy on his half a century old bicentennial. He's halfway to being bicentennial. Just kidding. He's some years away, but I like to give him some joshing around. So no, I couldn't figure out any other fancy words. That's on the fly.
That's my co-commentator for everybody. Vocabulary right to the point. So, but right now, what's going on here? And that's obviously same regiment as the previous weeks throughout the season, where they go out there and they qualify for a 20-lap heat race, and I guess that's where Derek will get his fair share of running with the drivers out here tonight and seeing if he has what it takes. He's been a little on the on the downside. Probably should be pit side here. I got him with his force feedback and all his settings turned down just a little bit, so we do not injure any further injuries. But so good luck out there. Hopefully we get a decent run. But right now, Dalton Creech is on the provisional pole for the heat race, followed by Mark Stewart, Larry Hansley, Justin Coleman, Clint Walker, Rob Hattenbeck, Christopher Smith, James Honeycutt, and then Derek Sherman, Christopher Cash, Brandon Elvis out there right now on the field. He's going to take over that top spot with an 18.1. Just getting by there for Creech. And then I thought, did I see? No, I do not see. I guess he is. So the 014 Justin Coleman did make it in time. I thought he was not going to make it for the race. I didn't see him earlier. So 12 cars on the track. So a nice small field on a nice small track. And they should hopefully get some good green flag running in. But with with the race stakes being on the line, I wouldn't be surprised to see some a little bit of elbow roughing around there a little bit as Justin Coleman's got a pretty commanding lead of 52 points ahead of the field. Now that lead will diminish after this week as the top 4 drivers going on to next week will be basically reset at 0. So whoever finishes the best will come away the winner next week. But right now it's Justin Coleman on top by 52 points, having a great second half run here, followed by Christopher Smith, then Mark Stewart, then Brandon Elvis, and then Larry Hansley Jr. and James Honeycutt. There's 103 points between all the drivers. So one thing that this league does is you do get penalty points. So you don't want to cause yourself any accidents. You need to keep running clean. You need to, keep this thing going forward. Don't get yourself in a situation, especially if you're James Honeycutt or Larry Hansley Jr. They need to do their best in order to get by the other fellow drivers and get a real good finish here. Larry Hensley Jr. has been having some pretty clean races for the past couple of weeks, allowing him to make it this far. But he's only he's 12 points behind Brandon Elvis. So that's not far. I mean, things can switch around here, and basically even James Honeycutt's got to have a lot of things happening, I think, for him in order to make the final run. But doing a pretty good job so far, and to make it the this far in the playoffs, is a feat in itself. So congratulations to James Honeycutt, and hopefully things go your way, and maybe you'll make it into that final four. So it's not over till it's over. But you definitely have to have a clean and great finish here tonight. But Heat 1 is getting ready to take the field here. As we're still waiting on Stewart, I guess, to get in the car. But everybody is out there, obviously, on the pole. Brandon Elvis, followed by the second place Dalton Creech. And then Mark Stewart, Larry Hensley Jr., Justin Coleman, Clint Walker, Rob Hattenbeck, Christopher Smith, James Honeycutt, Derek Sherman on the track there. Follow Christopher Cash, and I'm going to say Thomas Farida's out there, but he is our race control. So Tom does a great job of making sure people serve them penalties, and they're out there keeping a clean race. But we are getting ready to go green here.
Yeah, Jimmy, it's going to be really interesting, and it's going to give me a perspective that I don't think we've talked about. I'm going to share my strategy. Strategy is simple: stay out of trouble, run the best I can.
Good luck out there, man. As we're starting to roll here, as just waiting for the leader in the pace car to pull away. And it's always something to get out there and get these things rolling. Let's see, put up who I'm actually watching here at the
Jimmy.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm going to be calling out Rex if I see him in front of me. I'm just going to let you know. I see what the good battle's going on here. I know we got a few playoff drivers in front of me, as in Christopher Smith and James Honeycutt. So practice was a lot of fun. The guys are a lot of fun. Thanks for allowing me to do this, Christopher Cash. Jimmy, you can rely on me. I'm going to call some good racing from the seats here tonight.
And we'll visit your car, I'm sure, plenty here tonight. Just keep it clean, keep it green, buddy. But right now, the guy looking to make things up here and make sure that he makes that final four is the number 54, Brandon Elvis. He's had a few bumps in the road past few weeks, not netting him not so great starts, but or finishes, I should say. And so he's found himself back in the points just a little bit after being such a dominating force, and I'm sure he's looking to round out this field here, but pace car's in, we're under green. Brandon Elvis is on the loud panel, down to turn one, followed by Mark Stewart. Down at its
Spinner Dalton Creech is going by. Oh, Joe Hensley Jr. is going around. Oh, Jesus. Oh, mother. Dear baby Jesus.
Caution's lap is out in turn one. So let's hope that this doesn't pursue. But we're going to go back and follow that replay right there. We can see the 80, man, it looks like netcode between the 88 and the 36. The 36 is going to go around. 33 looking to just sneak on by, but the 014 gets tagged by the 36 and the 99, and Rob Hattenback hits the 36, gets in the Robert Hensley Jr., flips Larry Hensley on his lid. And the back end of Larry Hensley's car rolls around, as you can see Derek Sherman slowing down to avoid that mess. Definitely a pickle there at turn one. And if this is any way that the heat race, any sign of the race tonight, we could be in for a long one here tonight. There will be plenty of laps under caution. And Derek, I hope you got your driving shoes on there, pal.
Yeah, Jimmy, let me go right quick. I gotta go change my Sparko Racing Depends, because that was a close one, and I would like to point out I did run the fastest lap of the race on that one, so this will be the only time I could be able to claim that award. Hey, Hey, you get, just be proud of what you can get when you can get it. Okay, so for the next few laps, I'll be the guy leading the on the fastest lap time board. So,
I mean, it's definitely a fun one out there. Like I said, it's going to be a very interesting night. There's a lot on the line. Unfortunately for Larry Hensley Jr., they get put in the pits, and he's going to have to work his way back up to the field, being a lap down, and now he's going to need to stay out of trouble in order to finish it well here before the play for just the this heat race. So, I think like I said, it was a little bit of netco between the 88 and the 36 of Dalton Creech. So Dalton Creech, I believe, was tagged in that one, and he got the EOL, so he's back on the back of the pack right now. So he's got some time or some laps to try to make it up through the field, but that's going to lead to 54 and the 88 up front, and Justin Coleman right behind his teammate Brandon Elvis.
Jimmy, I mean, it's unfortunate for Larry to get that incident, but looking long term, he's going to start in the back, so he has the opportunity to get the biggest mover award, because I doubt that I'll get it. But I mean, his spout strategy, nothing he could do there. Now it's just trying to, get that out of his mind and get going. So
lights are off on the pace car as we're right on top of the 51 of Derek Sherman, but the pace car is in. We are back to green as Brandon Elvis heads the field down to turn number 1, where it was just a little bit ago. Now the 51 and 36 tag just a little bit. 36 holds on to it as 51 stays down to the inside. He's going to let the 33 go down, sends it down into the inside of the 36 and make his way around as they continue to make their way around the track here. It is going to be a quick one here tonight. I'm going to need to change the ticker so it shows the laps and not the times. I wish that would just stay. I have to keep reminding to do that. There it is. There we go. 12 laps remaining. And we'll go back up with Brandon Elvis as he leads the field over Mark Stewart. And this is just the heat race. So a lot of action going on here early. And like I said, as these drivers are trying to make sure they make that top 4 for the last race of the season. And just kind of watching what's going on, and it does look like there's maybe a few lines that can be ran around here. It looks like the low line being the dominant line at the moment. I'm sure they're just waiting for the track to get rubbered in just a little bit, but the 014 Justin Coleman looking to make a move on the 88 of Mark Stewart, not quite able to make it happen. Still looking as that 014 trying to get the best start possible. But we've seen last week, 3rd place is not a bad place to start behind the poles there when you're waiting on the line. So the 80 of Christopher Smith in that P number 4 spot, up 4 spots from the start. We'll go back there with Rob Hatback and that number 99 Skull Machine on the back bumper of Clint Walker and that purple O2. Looking for a position here. Going to take over. P number 6 gets that inside, makes the move. Can he make it stick? Does end up making it stick, but he cannot get the runoff out of the corner. The outside is prevailing there for the O2 as they go back down into the next turn. Now it's a drag race for these 2 drivers as they continue to battle out here for position. But Rob Hattenback edging out the O2, able to slide up, but the O2 makes a crossover move, heading down into turn number 3. The O2 is going to have to check up. 69 Christopher Cash also making to make a move around the O2 of Clint Walker, moving his starting chances up to P number 7. He's got his nose down underneath the O2 right now. Looking to get that run on the inside. Can he make them tires stick? No, he does not get the run. The O2 has a better run on the outside. So looking here early, like that outside line, without getting into that outside driver. The inside line is a tough one. Back up there with the leader. Brandon Elvis got a nice secure lead right now with only 4 laps remaining. Mark Stewart has his hands full with the 014 behind him, looking to take away that number 2 spot. He needs to worry about the 80 of Christopher Smith that is on the back of that 014's bumper, trying to get that P3 position. P3 with that inside line, I think, is going to be pretty critical for the start of our feature race here tonight here at I forget where we're at. Yeah. I've been all over the place. Been a busy day.
Oh, they're wrecking in front of me.
Oh no, wrecking here on with 3 laps to go. Clint Walker goes around right before the white flag flies. See what happens here. It was right in front of the 69 of Christopher Cash. Oh, Christopher Cash tags that bumper as Larry Hansley squeaks on by. The 02 is going to tow, try not to bring out that caution flag, but the caution flag is out.
Yeah, Jimmy.
But Derek, being out there and running, obviously, how fast when an accident happens, how much time do you have to react?
To be honest, I've seen it happen. It's where they're at in the corner. How to figure out how to miss it. That's, I guess, the biggest reaction, because someone in front of you can hit them and they spin around and stuff like that. So it's a guessing game. It's a crapshoot. It's all about how you're lucky or not. If you choose the right lane or the wrong lane. So, but I started to notice the pace started falling off. I don't think I was running too hard. The pace definitely seemed in that 15 lap run that they were falling back pretty good. So, tire
going to be an issue here tonight, I can see, and depending on when and should you use those them tires, or even if you have to use a fast repair. But those lights are on the pace car as the laps count down. And again, thanks to all the fans out there. Obviously, thank you for the happy birthdays. They start running together the older you get, but it's okay. It's a special day, and the family really reaches out, and your friends. And lately, it's been doing involvement with iRacing. So the people that I've met through iRacing and stuff, they kind of reach out. So it's appreciate them thinking of me, just even if it's a second, even if it's a Facebook reminder. I know I got a lot of friends like that you don't get to talk to every day. I mean, most of my friends on there, I can hold a conversation and we can talk for hours. It's just obviously with everybody having busy lives, you don't have time to sit on the phone and talk to them for hours and hours. And so, but right now the lights are off in the pace car. Brandon Elvis looking to get this heat race in the books on the wraps. Get it done and get moving to the final event as we finish up here. So, gonna be an interesting one as we go. I believe. I'm gonna pull it up here because I think it was 150 laps here tonight. And the feature is only 100 laps, so a little bit shorter than I thought. And it might be a good thing with this is how well these drivers want to make the playoffs. So, green 2 laps ago.
Oh, we got a blinker! We got a blinker!
That's 99 of Rob Hattenback. A little bit of internet issues. Derek's got to navigate around that along with the other drivers. So you're doing a good job being unstuck on that outside of it. Right now, here's Brandon Ellis got his hands full of Mark Stewart. We've seen these two battle throughout the season. Some pretty good racing, and it just, Mark is looking to get that spot, but he knows that if he gets his nose under so we'll walk away the winner here for the Heat Mark Stewart In second, Justin Coleman in third, Christopher Smith, and then Dalton Creech, Rob Hattenback, Christopher Cash will be starting seventh. Rob Hattenback, Dalton Creech, Christopher Smith ends up back there in the back. So let me pull up the results here of heat number one, as it was a big one there. As we're now restarting. So here's the results for heat one, and SDK at the end of the race, the heat race ended quickly, but we get a minute warm up here before we move into what happened back there, as everybody was kind of racing for the finish line there as we were finishing up the heat number one.
Yeah, Jimmy, I don't know what happened. It almost looked like someone got in this James Honeycutt, and he almost had it saved, and they turned right and got hit. So no, I don't think anything he could really do on that. So, Christopher Smith just left the lobby.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully everything's okay with him.
Yeah, he was sitting in P number 7, and I'm sure short tracks bring out some short tempers every now and then, and especially being this late in the season and so close to a championship run here. Only 4 drivers able to make it to that last race, and like I said, it's a full reset. So it's going to be a good one. My wife out there, White Flag Sally, she's my moderator, and saying happy birthday. And Justin, my brother-in-law, also saying happy birthday. Appreciate you guys, man.
Feel the love, Jimmy.
Right?
Oh, Jesus.
All right. We have 2 minutes remaining here for the warm-ups. Hopefully, Christopher Smith, not Christopher Smith, but Christopher Cash is able to make his way back here. Let's see if I can catch him on the track. Oh, yep, he is. Christopher Cash on the track right now. So whatever happened is that was Christopher Smith that got disconnected. And came back.
Yes.
Maybe he just did a reset or something. Sometimes that happens. Thanks, Brandon, for the happy birthday. Appreciate you.
Happy birthday to Jimmy.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna see if the 50-54 can continue his run. He's had some good runs, getting during the heat race, and just somewhere down the line in the race, just something doesn't go his way, or just puts him back off that podium, being able to come up here and talk to us. But he's got a really good shot. Like I said, he is on the bubble right now. He is the last car in the top 4, and Larry Hensley Jr. is 12 points behind him, and James Honeycutt is 42. So Brandon would have to cause some. He has to get a good finish here over Larry Hensley Jr., and he needs to not cause any accidents, I think, in order for James Honeycutt to kind of move through here. Let me close the ticker. I don't know what the heck's going on with that thing. It's like lagging or something. I'll shut that down right now. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else running. I got things closed. Everything being finicky these days. I guess I don't need a sim hub. I'm not racing.
No, I don't think you need your vibrating pedals. So,
I mean, I love the haptics. I mean, if you drive out there, the things they add to for us drivers out there for the realism is unreal. And the haptic motors from SimMagic has been a great addition to feeling what the car does. I'm still fine tuning everything day by day. It's really a task and a chore, because I don't get to race every day. So trying to do my best as I get the opportunity to get out there on the track. I spend more time up here in the booth these days, but the field is starting to take the track right now. Just waiting on a few others. Some people like to take them 3 minutes and go get themselves a refreshment. or relieve themselves, whatever it may be, and get ready. Like I said, we're going to be out here for 100 laps. I initially put on the broadcast for 150, but we're going to do a 100 lap race here. And it can go by quickly or it can go by slowly. It depends on the drivers and how patient they can be. 100 laps is quite a while out here. It's going to be at least one pit stop, I believe. Not quite sure the fuel mileage for these drivers here tonight. They do have a couple tires on the track on the fields. Let's see. I'll pull up the info here. See what this says. Tire set limit is 3. So they get three sets of tires. So 2 over the wall, plus the 1 on the track. It is they got 2.5 hours to complete 100 laps, and 1 fast repair over here.
Yeah, Jimmy, they were just talking, and it's stages are 25 and 50 for tonight's stages. So it's going to be a definitely interesting pit strategy going on here tonight. I think I'm going to try to see how 25 laps goes, depending on how the cautions fall. You got 2 set on the car and set over the wall, so I doubt that I'll go in on lap 25. So, well, but I will play that by ear as we have 1 lap to go, buddy. And, you know, we should change the name, the 100 laps of happy birthday to Jimmy. Because I don't know anyone that would broadcast on his birthday, so.
Dude, I did a broadcast like the day after I had surgery. I'm a trooper. Anyway, we're going green. Teammate Justin Coleman, but Mark Stewart giving him a run for the money on the outside, and then number 88. We're 2 wide around the track here for the first 5 cars. Brandon Ellis out front by himself. The 80, Christopher Smith really looking to get up there. Dalton Creature trying to put a staple here in a good finish here. Just had that little bit of net code early on. Ended up moving him to the back of the pack here, but he's going to fall back. He's on the inside line. He's trying to basically wiggle his way in there between the 88 and the 80. And you have the 99, Rob Hatton back. Let's not count the 99 out, as we've seen some good races from him. Falls by Derek Sherman and number 51. James Honeycutt is now in P number 8. Larry Hensley Jr. up to P number 9. Christopher Cash will fall back just a little bit, running that high side, just maybe playing it safe, as he can see the drivers ahead of him, really racing it out, and maybe he's just back there using a little bit of tire strategy here for the race, as Derek was talking about earlier, as the tires will start to fall off right around that 10 or 15 lap mark. Derek concentrating right now back there in P number 8. Following James Honeycutt around, being followed by Larry Hensley Jr. Here, and just doing a pretty good job out there so far. And been a while since the 51's been on the track, and probably been, if ever, in this late model stock car.
I've been in a testing. Does that count? But I mean, I'm trying to run the high line so everyone can go around me. So that way I'll hold them up too much. Because I know it's hard to pass. You got to set them up, and that's not something I want to do right now, is to burn up my tires, because I'm running too high of a line. I'm going to burn off that right front a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead.
No. The field is file. They're going single file here. Justin Coleman, like I said, he's been the driver on fire here since these final stages of the season, and trying to run down his teammate of Brandon Elvis. And I'm sure Brandon wants to get that win here tonight, kind of secure that spot. He needs every points he got. But Justin Coleman, loves to get that number 014 up here, and on the podium, and even walk away with a few wins himself. So doing a great job. But right now, it's a 3-car breakaway with Brandon Ellis, Justin Coleman, and Mark Stewart. Then a little bit back there to the 36 of Dalton Creech, followed by Christopher Smith, Rob Hatton back James Honeycutt up into Pete, number 7, trying to move that 76 forward. And he's got to have a really good race here tonight to keep it clean, keep it green, and move that 76 forward. Then follow closely at number 33 of Larry Henson Jr. Don't count him out yet, as we've got plenty of laps remaining as we're on lap 11 of 100. But like I said, right now, back up front, it is all Brandon Elvis. Go back there, Derek Sherman here calling something out, but maybe just seen somebody get sideways just a little bit. He's being followed by our friend in the number 69, the league owner, Christopher Cash. Also, you see, he was out there getting all that work done, followed by some of these great sponsors out there, Cash Customs, as they rode through Two's cinematography, and I think it's a Nana's Cash, or Lobster Boys, and then there's I think one more. Oh, Shenko Custom Diecast. That's a pretty interesting thing to get done, and I know a lot of drivers like they'll either pay somebody, like a paint shop to do a nice car for them, or they'll take the time and they'll make their own. And it's really something to you get that thing, get that thing custom and get your own diecast car. When I was a kid following NASCAR, I used to collect the slightly larger model of a Matchbox car for my NASCARs, and had them in like a nice showcase. And I just moved them around a little bit and put them away for a little bit until I get another better shelf to display some of those paraphernalia, some of those souvenirs that I've had throughout the years of going to the NASCAR races. But Brandon Elvis out front still over Justin Coleman and Mark Stewart, so no change. Dalton Creech is still trying to reel those three in, but followed by the 80 of Christopher Smith.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I hit the inside curbing a little too much and upset the car, so it's definitely hard trying to keep up and try to save tire is something. It's very challenging, Jimmy. I can usually do it, but I've been out of the game for so long that I don't want to. They're fighting really hard right now in front of me. Obviously, Clint doesn't have anything but pride on the line, and Larry has.
Larry's got to make his way forward.
Yeah.
The biggest mover award here is he's got to make his way from the back and move his way forward, trying to get that position off of the 02 of Clint Walker, as we're on lap 21 of 100. So just a few short laps, we will be seeing our first of our yellow flags come out for our stage break.
Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, there's no point to fight right now for a measly spot when you're definitely going to have another stage break at lap 50. So I'll probably just go in to check my tires, see what they are at, and see if it's worth changing tires or not. So
right now, not too much action going on in the field right now. I'm going to go ahead and back the camera up. I think I'm going to move over here to cameras number 3. Like if I was sitting in the stands, take a check on the leaders as they're just kind of running away. I think everybody is self-aware that lap 25, their first stage break, will be in the books here. And it just looks like everybody is kind of settled. So there's a 54 and 14, and back there's the 88, followed by the 36. Adult Creech, Christopher Smith back there, and the 80. Everybody's just kind of cruising around. Got pretty nice distance between everybody so far. Even James Honeycutt kind of there by himself. And then you come back here to this trio. The 33 having to work his tail off to try to move forward, and then I don't know who let the 51 on the track, but he's out there putting some rubber down. And Christopher Cash and number 69 finishing things up. But the caution lap is caution is out. Nobody's wrecked. Everybody was single file. doing a great job so far. It's been green, so lack of, I guess, excitement. But Brandon Ellis is going to come in, followed by the 014 and Mark Stewart. Dalton Reach is going to stay out, and so is the 80 of Christopher Smith. Some split decisions here, trying to make some moves. It's really, you kind of wonder, you know, you wonder why sometimes, I guess. And obviously the back of the field should come in regardless. Top off on fuel, maybe get some new tires, whatever it may be. But
I will say, Jimmy, the reason why I didn't come in is because I missed pit road. It was so fast. Rookie mistake. I missed pit road. I'll be honest. I'm coming down this time by.
It's right there, buddy. Right there. There you go.
Don't speed.
You're in a caution lap. You better not speed down pit lane.
I mean, it's 35 miles an hour. It's just like snails.
I don't even know if he knew how to stop the car in his pit box.
I might have made another rookie mistake. I think I forgot turn my fast repair off. I still got it. Woo, buddy.
Well, you definitely didn't take any tires.
No, like I told you, I was coming in to see if I was going to need tires.
So since I guess you're kind of out of the running, you're out there to just kind of have a good time, and I got a side view of the race out there. How's the track handling over the cars right now, and what's the tire wear kind of looking like here for these other drivers that maybe have not taken yet, or maybe they just maybe thinking about taking two?
Oh, I would definitely, if I was to take tires on that, I would probably take two. My rights are 80s, but that's novice driving. These pros out here that I'm racing against probably are still in the upper 90s, or low. I'm probably not too far off as I think, but I was 82. I'm using a little bit too much wheel input. Rely on that front tire. It's cold compared to my right rear, which is not too bad, but I would like to see that temperature a little bit more even between the front and the back. So
30 laps in the books right now, and it won't be a few short 20 laps before they'll be back in. I believe the lights may be out in the pace car, and they are, as we are on top of that number 36 of Dalton Creech right now. Biggest movers are the 76 and the 33. The drivers looking to make the next field there, but we're going to stay on board here with James Honeycutt as he's in fourth place, stuck on the outside. He's right behind Dalton Creech and Christopher Smith. Christopher Smith on that outside, Dalton Creech on the inside. He's able to make the move and keep the lead over that 80 of Christopher Smith. Christopher Smith goes down to the inside. You see Rob Hattenback coming into the picture there, and number 99. The move of the number 99, and the P number 3 as we head down into turn number 1. Working our way down to the inside. Larry Hansen Jr. off down to the grass. Goodwrench is picking up a new sponsor called Greenleaf.
Greenleaf Lawn Care. So
33 able to keep that together and not causing a caution. But definitely slowed him up and losing some time on the track. Not what Larry Hansen Jr. needs here tonight. Needs to have a good finish. Right now, Dalton Creech is trying to hold off that 80. Dalton Creech trying to hold off the 80 of Christopher Smith, as Christopher Smith is on that bumper, looking to get around, trying to get away from the rest of the field. Now, these drivers stayed out, and you can see how they're doing a pretty good job here. Now, this is kind of where Brandon Elvis has gotten in trouble here in previous races, being now back in the pack, back in the field. Now he has to work his way through the field and just getting caught up in some mistakes of other drivers, or maybe just trying to push the car too hard. But it looks like here he's just taking his time right now, biding his time. He knows he needs to have a good finish. And one way to do that is to save these tires here until maybe the next round of stops for that next stage break. But right now, Dalton Creech trying to pull away here just a little bit, and it would be smart. If these drivers kind of know where they stand, they know there's another stage break. What's your pitch strategy? You'll start figuring out your pitch strategy now. Are you out there saving tires? Can you just take rights? Do you need to take all four? Do you have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way? So there's a lot of questions I'm sure that are going through the drivers' minds as they're trying to make laps around this half-a-mile track. It's pretty high speed as well, so you can see the lap times being right around the 18-second time mark right now for their best laps. We're on lap 39 of 100. And Brandon Elvis is up to P number 7. Justin Coleman, our points leader, he is currently sitting in P number 5. And that neon green and black machine. There was an exchange in position, from the pits. 014 being able to get B in front of the 54. The 76 of James Honeycutt, he was one of the drivers that decided to stay out. Pretty good last time still up by the drivers up front right now. 36 of Dalton Creech out front over the 80, and the 88 of Mark Stewart is starting to come back through. Rob Hatton back in that 99, currently sitting in P4 in that School Bandit machine. Definitely looking to make his way forward and get on the podium, get up in the booth here and talk to us. As we had him up here a few times for podium finishes this year. You go back, see how our co-commentator is here. He's falling behind everybody, kind of bringing up the rest of the field, keeping that bird's eye view, seeing if he can make it here today. Kind of conserve them tires. Right now, Larry Hansley Jr. following Larry Hansley Jr. around, and Larry's elected to use that middle line.
Yeah, it's going to make it hard to pass for me, but I hope he remembers I'm on the bottom. So it's a hard thing to do to pass someone on the bottom.
Yeah, you kind of get down there and you can't get your run out of the corner. You get pinched down at the bottom as the cars go around here, and you can see that outside just being able to use that momentum. Kind of one way. Unfortunate is like you get somebody, it gets to the inside like this, and the frustration sits in because the movement forward is inches.
Whoa.
It could be inches, and you think you got them, and then you do, what Derek did right there. You got on the gas a little bit too much, and it pushes you out, slows you up just a little bit. But it looks like Larry Hansley Jr. Got that position back. 51's going to fight back. Oh, crossover, and the 51's going to go. Keeps it going straight, A sight to be seen there on lap 47. So right before the stage break, the 54 goes around. He was not clear, I believe. Double check that as Derek Sherman was involved here.
I don't know what happened, but
roll on the back end here. The quarter speed. Let me go to chase mode. See the 51 kind of starting to drift out here. Down. This is down the back stretch. We'll go normal speed here for a second. Go down to turn 1. 51 goes down to the inside here. You can see him trying to get on the gas here. And that 51 is going to slide out. 33 is able to hold that. And then this is down the back stretch. Should be coming up here.
That was a very quick caution. So.
Oh, netcode. Larry Hansley Jr. was coming across to the left, and netcode, the 51's a right rear bumper. Been in at 51 and a 360, but the 51 able to maneuver the car, keep it off the wall, keep it going straight. We'll look at Larry Hansley Jr.'s car here, see if he's taken any damage on the front for just that netcode. Because sometimes iRacing will mimic hiccup just a little bit. So a little bit of right front damage there for the 33. So hopefully it doesn't affect his race here tonight.
Yeah, I passed someone.
Christopher Cash down the pits getting his machine worked on as well. So we are at the halfway mark. So, as the drivers out there, Derek, I know you were kind of involved. You did a 360. Maybe you had some flat spots on your tires. I'm assuming you're going in for tires.
Yeah, I went and took right sides.
Still taking right side tires here on lap 50. What will them other drivers do? I need to pull up the other small timing tower here. Kind of give the viewers out there what lap everybody's kind of came in. You see Mark Stewart there came in at lap 26. So the first time that we had our stage break. And then Dalton Creech and the rest of the gang have all came in at lap 48. Derek Sherman came in at lap 49. And it looks like Clint Walker, is out for the evening. So 10 cars on the track, all on the lead lap. Still having a good time out there. We're getting ready to go green here as they are double file heading down the backstretch. Let me move over to Mark Stewart because, Mark would like to secure his spot in the finale of next week.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be a hard fought race and whatnot.
And we are green and underway as the 88 of Mark Stewart leads the way down to turn number 1, slides up in front of the 36 of Dalton Creech, slows him up, takes that line away. Now the 99 Rob Hattenback is kind of stuck down that bottom. We had to pinch it down just a little bit. The 88 checking up just a little bit right there in front of the 54, Brandon Elvis. Brandon Elvis heads down to the low side right behind his teammate of Justin Coleman. Justin Coleman down on the inside, but that outside line really kind of starting to work here for each drivers. We're able to hold the momentum and just that inside line. You can't quite can't get that runoff. Oh, and the forward 4 and the 80 touched just a little bit as they head down across the start finish line.
Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, it's getting crazy. You can see all the tire smoke. Just waiting for a car to turn sideways back here. That's why I'm kind of laying back a little bit. You see people get into the wall, tire smoke from that, and then whatnot. So it is getting kind of racy out here. Knowing that you got 50 laps to go. It's time to go now, boys. So you can start to see it all in the track there.
Yeah, only a mere short 25, less than 25 miles remaining. We're on lap 57, 100. These drivers have been doing a great job keeping it green here. Looks like there's a battle up front with Dalton Creech, so we'll hop on board with him as he's down that inside of the 88 of Mark Stewart, looking to take that lead away. Mark Stewart left that door open for him. And they will drag race down the backstretch, down into turn number 3. They go around through the corner, come out of 4. The 36 will have the edge. He will get the lead this lap here on lap 59 of 100, followed closely by the 99 of Rob Hattenbeck. And so you start looking at the picture here, and we're thinking playoffs. Mark Stewart is currently in P number 3. So if he finishes in this spot, obviously. Dalton Creech is not a playoff driver at this time, and a caution is out. So I think this is going to be. Was that on Christopher Smith here on lap 59? It looks like let's see what happened here to the 80. Oh, and 99 checking up. Oh, and Brandon Elvis touches the back bumper of the 80, sending the 80 around, but the 80 keeps it off the wall. Another great save there tonight. Like a racing issue to me, but we'll let the stewards sort that one out and see if anybody was at fault. But Dalton Creech is going to stay out right now, I think. Let me go live here. There we go. Yeah, Dalton Creech is out. Mark Stewart will head in.
It's not a bad idea.
Along with Brandon Elvis and Christopher Smith. So a lot of these drivers, I think, coming in maybe 4 tires. Yeah, the right side's going up for the 88 of Mark Stewart and the 80 of Christopher Smith, and the left sides are going up for the 54. So tire strategy going on here, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a wise choice to do that. I think I might do that. So, because I got 2 sets of lefts, and I'm in the back, so why not? I want to stay in the back. I don't want to get in these guys' way. I want to make my way on the long run. That's what I like doing, because I'm slow. So we'll see how bad my tire wear is here, there, Jimmy. But it's not bad. It's 98% on that 10 laps there. So, but I mean, I'm excited. That it happened right in front of me. It was real fast. I was not worried about hitting those guys because Christopher did a good job keeping them down, locked down on the bottom. So it was definitely a lot harder than I expected, though, driving this track with these guys. I thought I'd be a little bit faster, but you know, I'm putting my pride down and just being the last guy. I'm not going to be the last guy because Clint Walker is not, and he's 39 laps down. So,
hey, there's back markers matter too, man. So. Everybody's got their position on the track, and if tonight is yours in the back of the field, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I know it takes practice and repetition around tracks. And matter of fact, I was asked if anybody wanted to do an endurance race this weekend. So, going to do a 6-hour race at Imola in the Porsche 963, I think it is, the GTP car. So. With only a 1% chance of rain, so I already told the driver that I'm going with that if the rain decides to show, he will have to get in the car because I can drive the GTPs, but I cannot drive them cars in the rain at all. I've been doing pretty well with the rain with the GT3 cars and the LMP2s. Been able to search out the wet line and run some really good laps. But right now, I don't need to run any laps. These guys need to run some laps. We're on lap 65, 100. Don't pinches up the pedal. Start finish line down to turn one. Running to that high side, trying to get the move done. But the 99 of Rob Hattenback trying to move into P number 2. Justin Coleman moves into P number 2 using that high side. So a little bit of running. But here comes Larry Hensig Jr. in P number 6 right now, fighting with Mark Stewart, and trying to get around him using that high side. But Mark Stewart is down that inside. He's got he might have some newer tires and being able to run that lower side being pretty easy. Larry Hensley Jr. is doing a good job using that outside. Larry Hensley Jr. He does like he doesn't really get down to the inside of most of these short tracks. He likes to run a lower middle line for his run, and he's had some pretty decent finishes. So he's just sticking with what works for him. And that might just be being a comfortable thing. It's hard to run along the wall. It's without getting into it, unless you've done it over and over and over again. Right now, the battle is here with the 88 and the 76. The 88 trying to get around the 76. But James Honeycutt, and he makes that pass complete. Christopher Smith trying to follow suit to get around that 76 of James Honeycutt as well. But right now, up front is the 36 of Dalton Creech. You've seen him up there for the heat race. So here he is back up front. He's got some speed. Can he keep enough speed up there tonight to walk away a winner? We'll find out. We have 29 laps remaining. We're on lap 71 of 100.
Yeah, Jimmy, this is going by fast between these guys. We went 3 wide. It's going to go quick as long as there's no cautions. It's going to go by real quick. So
this is I think by far, obviously we know how fast it is here. Like I said, I was expecting 150 laps because of how fast it was, and I know that because with the smaller fields and being in the end of the season, I think they're just trying to make sure they get out here, get a good race in, and put on a great show. But there's the 54 of Brandon Elvis is running out of time. He's back there right now in P number 7. I mean, his competitors that he needs to worry about is 33. He has him behind him, and James Honeycutt is right there in front of him, and he's kind of too far out of reach. But that does not alleviate the rest of his competitors that are going to be out front. But as long as Brandon Elvis is where he's at right now, he should transfer. James Honeycutt and Larry Hensley Jr. need to get around that 54 and get up to the front here with only 25 laps remaining. Can they do it? Can they progress and move on to the next race and final race of the season? We will find out here shortly as these laps click off. 25 laps remaining. Dalton Creech in the lead with Justin Coleman in P number 2, followed by Rob Hattenback, Mark Stewart, Christopher Smith, James Honeycutt, Brandon Elvis, Larry Hansen Jr., Derek Sherman, and then Christopher Cash for our 10 cars still on the track. Derek, there's I know the field's a little lighter here tonight, and we're coming down to the end of the season. But besides like the final 4 drivers, or I should say 6, there's 5 drivers out here really battling kind of for position to make the playoffs. But there's some drivers, they really don't, as long as they're in a position, they don't need to go out there and win. Like Brandon Elvis does not need to win tonight. He needs to make sure he finishes right around that 76 and 33, if not in front of him, in order to advance to the most important race of the season, the finale. And like we were talking about earlier, the points reset. The best finisher next week will win of the top 4 of the points here. So it's kind of like the I guess the new school NASCAR style in points. I don't follow NASCAR anymore. Just kind of lost touch after following all the old drivers, Waltrip and Petty and Kyle Petty and Rusty Walls, Mark Barton, Morgan Shepherd, Harry Gant, Alan Kowicki, Bobby Allison, all them drivers. Was Ricky Rudd. That was the time frame where I used to go to the track when I was a kid. So, it was quite a while ago back there in the mid 90s, but I don't quite get the points the way they run them these days.
No,
right now
it's very difficult to fathom sometimes.
So, but right now, I think that they always try moving points around or trying something different to make it competitive, keep it fresh. 76 goes around 33. So caution will fly here with only 18 laps remaining. Is this what Brandon Elvis needs to get up here to a podium finish? I don't think Dalton Creech was looking forward to that. But we'll go back and check that out, as it looks like Larry Hensley Jr. and James Honeycutt got together. We'll slow this down. See what kind of happened. Oh, 33 just taps the 76 ever so slightly. Locks up the brakes, tries to stay off them. Little nose there to the front of the 76. The 51 misses the 33. 76 goes up to the wall. You can see the 69 bringing up the rear there. Staying down to the infield. He had to lock it up there to stay out of the 76, as the 36 was in a rush to get that car moving again, as he knows that his season is on the line. So back live here, and James Honeycutt down in the pits. He's going to grab some fresh right side tires. Probably grabbing that fast repair. And maybe not a bad thing to do here with 16 laps to go. As Derek talked about it just a little bit. How them tires start going away. So now they're here, but he's going to come back down in the pits again. Along with Larry Henry Jr. Derek Sherman's down in the pits taking some tires too. No reason at all to let any fresh tires in the pits, that's for sure. Especially if you're in the back.
I can't take them home. I can't take them home.
You can't take them virtual tire home, that's for sure. But 76 is down and away, and 33 taking 4 fresh ones all the way around. 33 is making his way. He's going to make his way out of the pits too. He's going to remain on the lead lap. So 10 drivers on the lead lap. Leader is Dalton Creech. Justin Coleman is going to be on the outside. Mark Stewart down on the inside in that number 88. Outside in P number 4 will be Rob Attenback, followed by Christopher Smith. Brandon Elvis is in P number 6. Christopher Cash is up to P number 7, so the 69 having a pretty good run, just staying out of trouble, moving his way up to the field. Actually, that's where he started here tonight. Derek Sherman back there in 8th. James Honeycutt's in 9th. Larry Hensley Jr. is in 10th. Clint Walker is out, and our good old Thomas Fritas is up there in race control. The lights are off on the pace car. Pace car getting ready to come in as they are 2 wide, heading down the backstretch.
I'm going to be on this 54 car right now, and it's going to be a lot of fun watching him. He's kind of aggressive, but I mean, he's pretty calculated most of the time. Everyone makes mistakes, so but I think he's going to make it. Try to. Who? A little bumping and
little bumping and running. You are 3 wide on the outside. Back there with Christopher Cash as they set Derek Sherman 3 wide out to the outside wall. Christopher Cash is going to pull back, allow James Honeycutt and Larry Hensley Jr. down to the inside, trying to make his way back up to the field, trying to hopefully, get a couple lucky positions here as this thing rolls down. That 54 is just in front of them, and they need to get around him. But right now, it's all Dalton Creech, followed by Justin Coleman. Mark Stewart's in 3rd. Christopher Smith's in 4th. Brandon Elvis is in 5th. Rob Hattenback up on that high side. The 76 down the inside. They almost touch. Going across the start-finish line. They are 2 wide behind Brandon Elvis. Brandon Elvis, I'm sure, is welcoming that right now, trying to get himself a little bit of space, trying to track down Christopher Smith. But like I said, it's a little bit of situational awareness. As much as the 54 would like to win tonight, this finish here should, as long as he doesn't have any penalty points, should break him off into the final race of the season. Along with Dalton Creech is a spoiler right now, as he has nothing on the line except to try to get the win here. Justin Coleman, plenty of points to make that final cut. Mark Stewart in this position should make it as well, and Christopher Smith. So basically, your playoff contenders for the final race are 2nd through 5th right now as they stand. That's how they should advance, unless somebody's got some penalty points I didn't see.
Yeah, the 54 and the 33 have penalty points.
I don't know if that's enough for James Honeycutt to overtake Larry Hensley Jr. and Brandon Elvis, with both of them to possibly having some penalty points. Either case, 4 laps to go. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, this race is about over. The 36 of Dalton Creech is out front, followed by Justin Coleman, Mark Stewart, Christopher Smith, Brandon Elvis for your top 5. Ooh, 54 of Brandon Elvis makes a move on the 80. Christopher Smith, a little bit of pride right here, trying to get a better finish. Trying to move that number 54 into that 4th spot. We've seen these two drivers go side by side many, many times this season. The closest final lap right now as they cross the start-finish line. White flag is in the air. This thing will be completed here this lap by. Looks like the 36 of Dalton Creech up 4 spots. Obviously, the biggest mover of the race, followed by Justin Coleman. for a 1-2 finish as they they go across the start finish line. Mark Stewart will be in third, Brandon Elvis in fourth, Christopher Smith in fifth, James Honeycutt in sixth, Bob Hattenback in seventh, Larry Henson Jr. in eighth, Derek Sherman finishes in ninth, right there in front of Christopher Cash, and then Clinton Walker, and then obviously always give a shout out to our buddy down on the track there, keeping everybody in check, Thomas Fridas. So give a shout out to our Stewart down there. But we're gonna get a little bit of burnout here, maybe. 36 is trying to figure it out. There you go. Get that thing turned around. Get that smoke turning. At number 36, good finish. Great race here tonight. Very limited amount of cautions. I was expecting more after the heat race. That's for sure. Derek, I guess since you're here in the booth and you finished back there in P9, you weren't last. Obviously,
I wasn't first.
You weren't first. You're not first, you're last regardless, I guess. But you're out there, you put some laps in there with this car. You got out there to kind of see and witness things, kind of bird's eye view or trackside view of these drivers, competing. Can you tell just being out there around them that the stakes are high and that some of these drivers are really going for a
well, I mean, I didn't know I was 3 wide. I didn't know I was 3 wide right there until you said something. I couldn't really hear my spotter all night. I mean, I did my best to try to hear what people were saying, but for the most part, I mean, I try to give people room, try to race them clean. You could tell, especially on that last restart, Larry and James Honeycutt sent it in there. I don't know how they made it 3 wide, but I mean, I thought I gave plenty of room on the bottom for whoever was on the bottom, Christopher Cash, I believe. So I'm just surprised that he made that spot. I understand why he did that, but at the same time, that could have been a reckless thing to do. Put yourself at that point, you got to throw a Hail Mary, and I understand, but. It is what it is. I get it, both those drivers. I hate it for Larry that he tried to, hit me or try to get into the cross me up and he spun me, but I didn't know that the caution would come out that quick. I mean, because I gathered it up and kept on going, so I figured the caution wouldn't come out. So, especially with the stage being so close.
Right, it is what it is. But right now, we're looking for. Why am I showing the heat race results? Hold on, this is the heat race results. Let me go to the feature results. Back to the feature results. We obviously got the winner, Dalton Creech, and then Justin Coleman and Mark Stewart. So just waiting for the drivers to get down the booth, and then we'll talk to each one of those drivers. It looks like Mark Stewart is standing by right now. So if you're listening right now, just go ahead and move yourselves up into the top 3, and we'll pull you down in here. But right now, we're going to talk to Mark Stewart, the driver of the number 88. Mark, this is Jimmy and Derek in the booth. You copy, man?
Yes, sir. You got me?
Yeah, we definitely do. Hey. It was a fast race tonight. A lot of green flag running here tonight, and a lot on the line. Did you come out here? And I know you had a chance there, maybe for a win, but it looked like that, Dalton Creech and that number 36 just had a little bit more for you here tonight than you can gather. But I think the major goal, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not the official ruler on this, but I believe with this 3rd place finish here, you should be moving into the final round next week to fight for that championship.
I hope so. That was the goal. Yeah, we had a good race. Yeah, Dalton was a little bit faster. I kept my car a little bit tighter just for grip in the long run. But yeah, short race. I mean, it went quick. Only a couple cautions there, and I was kind of hoping for a bit of restart at the end there, but I didn't get it, unfortunately, and I think a 3rd.
Yeah, P3 is a pretty good spot, and you've been in that situation before, and you had some great battles with a lot of these drivers that are fighting for the championship, and hopefully things go right for you next week. And I think before the race, I'll get everybody's the top 3s kind of or I should say for, is kind of how their thoughts are going in the race, and hopefully we'll talk with somebody that walks away the winner. Maybe they'll win the race and the championship. We will find out. But again, just from CRN, man, good run out there. I think y'all's did a really great job here tonight, and we'll give you a little bit of time for any shouts you may have.
All right. Yeah, just thank you guys for being in the booth. It's pretty cool. I always go back and watch these races. Just the BCR guys. I know Todd was able to race with us tonight. Good job by Chris. I kind of hope he's in. I think it's top 3, but I hope he makes it. He runs good all year. He's very consistent. Yeah, just everyone for good racing, and then the BCR guys, you guys for hosting and being up in the booth, and we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, definitely, we'll see what happens next week. And like I said, congratulations, and we'll let you get out of here and go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
You too, buddy.
That's the 88 of Mark Stewart. Like I said, I believe he is going to clinch himself a spot. We will find out for sure. And obviously, next driver we need to talk to is the 014 of Justin Coleman. No stranger to the booth at all. Derek, take it away.
Justin, it's Derek and Larry Derek and Jimmy in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Hey, man, well, heck of a race. I seen you out there all night towards the front battling. I seen you get a little squirrely there earlier in the race. Good save. Well, tell us about your race and how you felt, how you wanted to attack it. Since you were the points leader, we were worried about you not making it tonight. So you cut it kind of close tonight.
Oh, did I?
Well, I mean, if that's their normal, then I mean,
for practice, we'll just put it that way.
Okay, yeah. I always come in at qualifying.
Okay, is he coming tonight?
Yeah, I'm on daddy duty, so.
Okay, gotcha. That makes 100% sense then.
Yeah. Well, it was a good race, man. It was fun. That stupid curve. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna bust that curve up in 3 and 4.
I did it once. I did it once or twice.
Break out that virtual hammer, huh?
I am, man. God, I'd reel Creech in, and whatever I'd gain, I'd just hit that thing, and it'd jump me up a half a lane, and I'd lose everything I gained. I was so frustrated. I was like, I'm gonna bust this stupid concrete up.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that was a heck of a win for Creech. Proud of him for getting him a win. He drove a good race. He was fast. I give it to him. He was super fast tonight.
So next week we're going to be pulling you guys in the top 4 in or 3, and talking about how you feel about the race. Just give a preview. How do you feel about going into Martinsville next week? It should be exciting.
It's definitely going to be exciting. I learned that all the points are going to reset, and it's just going to be it's going to be amongst the top 3. So that was interesting. I didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be a good race, especially at Martinsville. It's going to be a lot of beating and banging, and
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I've never personally ran the late model cars there at Martinsville, but I've driven a lot of other cars. I know passing is a premium, and it's as unfortunate as it is that you can't really pass in anything else other than using that chrome horn in front, then giving a little tap to the guy in front. So. And getting him loose off the corner. So, is there anything? Are you worried about that, or you just going to kind of roll with the punches?
I'm just going to roll with the punches, man. I don't care too much about giving the chrome horn to people, especially in these cars, because the bumpers don't line up, and I swear the back of these cars are lined with rebar because there's no give. You get into somebody, they're going around, so it's not really worth having to go to the tail end of the field and getting penalty points for it. So probably just roll with the punches and try to get a good qualifying run and finish good in the heat race and try to keep it out front best as we can. That's going to be my game plan.
Well, I'll give you some time to give a shout out to anyone watching or your sponsors that you want to give a shout out to.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you all, of course. Y'all do a great job of broadcasting. Christopher Cash, appreciate him putting on this league. It's always fun to run. Thank all my sponsors, BH Homes Construction, Gibbs Brothers Construction, Parker Brothers Window Tinting, R&R Boutique. Let's see, Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication, Parker Brothers Window Tinting, Shockeye Racing Performance, and thank my teammate Brandon Elvis at Elvis Coleman Racing.
All right, everyone. That's your second place finisher and one of the championship hopefuls, the 014 of Justin Coleman. Well, congratulations on your P number 2 finish, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family, buddy.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, Jimmy, it's that time to bring in the race winner of Dalton Creech. Dalton, you got us, buddy.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Sorry. Good race tonight, man. You were out front all race. Every time I looked up, you were up front. So, tell us about how you felt. How did you expect to win, or is this one of your favorite tracks, or?
No, man, I've struggled here. Last few races I've ran here, and coming in, I'm not a every week guy, and thought it'd be a good opportunity to get some practice on the track actually, and a bunch of my boys are in here too. Of course, the BCR guys and Brandon and Coleman, and figured jump in, run some laps with my friends, and somehow I won. So but it was a good freaking race, man. I had a ton of fun tonight.
Oh man, that was a lot of fun. Oh, I did see you come back to me. I don't know if it was in the heat race or whatever, but you made quick work of me, man. And it looked like I didn't know what I was doing. So
yeah, dude. I'll tell you what. You were lined up behind me at one point. I was like, I had a little bit of damage from that accident with Mark Stewart, and I was like, I felt like I was good, and then he started gaining on me. I was like, oh crap, I either have way more damage than I thought, or he's back here by accident.
No, my plan was to try to see where I was at. I wasn't going to try to push anything, but I'm not a very fast lap guy. I can hold the tires pretty well, and then you guys started to fall back towards me, and I was consistently running those 18.4s. You guys were running that 18.1s and 2s and 3s. I couldn't do that, man. 18.4s, and it just seemed like after 15 laps, you guys started falling back, but, caution came out and you guys left me again, so...
Dude, this track was all strategy, man. There were so many different strategies going on. I know I stayed out the first caution. A few other guys pitted. I know Brandon or Coleman and Elvis, they both pitted. Some of the BCR guys stayed out, and then just the second stage, I ended up pitting and taking 2, and it put me towards the front and was able to kind of work my way through and ended up staying there.
Yeah, man, that was an awesome race. I can't say it was a pleasure racing with you guys. You guys ran clean, treated me well. Well, congratulations on the win, man. All right, if you come next week, hope to see you in on the podium or contending for a win. So I'll give you some time to give a shout out or special thanks to anyone that was watching tonight.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, definitely shout out to my wife, because without her, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Good job, man.
Yeah, she puts up with me taking hours upon hours, all in my little man cave here, doing what I love to do, and she puts up with it. So shout out to her. I'm gonna do a quick shout out to Mr. Justin Coleman and Coleman Designs. This paint scheme is actually a throwback to the paint scheme that to the original paint scheme he did for me before I started doing my own, and it was nice to be able to be him tonight in the paint scheme that he built for me, years ago. So kind of fun, kind of a cool little story, I guess.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I mean, no other way to get your painter a win when you're racing against him in a race.
That's right. And I told him the same thing. I said it's been nice to. It's not. I race with Brandon and Coleman every week, and All Star and a couple other leagues, and man, it's hard to contend with them. They're just so fast, and of course you guys know that. I'm sure you guys get to speak to them pretty frequently, but
Sure.
they're just so fast, and they're hard to beat, and it's just cool to be able to race with these guys, and I racing with them has made my skill a little bit better, and it's just cool to be able to compete with these guys at week in and week out.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the win. Have a great time celebrating, and I wouldn't say rubbing it in their faces, but I mean, you got the bragging rights until your next league race, at least.
Yeah, I'm not rubbing it in anybody's face because they're going to beat me by 3 laps next time we race. So.
I mean, at least you got the bragging rights till the next race you guys run. And
I hear that.
So, congratulations again on the win. We'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family, man, and hopefully see you next week.
Yeah, heck yeah, buddy. Hey, thank you guys so much for broadcasting the race. You guys do an awesome job.
Thanks, appreciate it, man.
All right, that's your winner here tonight, the number 36 of Dalton Creech. Show him how to get it done. Obviously we watched his adventure here tonight. Went to the back there and was able to work his way back. After the heat race for a win here tonight. So followed by the 1-4 of Justin Coleman and then Mark Stewart. And yes, it's going to be the top 3. I'm just going to check the scores.
Yes.
Top 3. So Justin Coleman should be in. Christopher Smith is very close. As he was number 2, and then Mark Stewart finished in front of Brandon Elvis, and they weren't separated by much. So it really comes down to if there's penalty points. So obviously we're going to talk to the top 3 next week. I'll leave you guys in a little bit of suspense. But your top 6 going into this race, can you figure out who it is? It's going to be it's either Justin Coleman, Christopher Smith, Mark Stewart, Brandon Elvis, Larry Ensign Jr., James Honeycutt. If you want the full story, head over to Smoky Mountain's Discord. I'm sure you'll be able to see it there as the points will be decided here tonight, and I'm sure shortly as they hash out with the stewards. But Derek, I think the race here tonight was a good one. It had me a little worried and concerned from the heat race, but maybe that was just maybe them burning off some steam, getting ready for this quick 100-lap race here. But looking forward to the season finale tomorrow. Next week here on CRN, same time, just a different track. And then after the season finale, Derek, we're going to continue to cover Smoky Mountain, but they're going to switch gears here from these late model stock cars to the truck series. So we're going to get a run around here with a lot of some of these same drivers and some new faces. They have an opportunity to get out here and take the field with the drivers of Smoky Mountain Motorsports. But I think, Derek, unless you have anything else for the fans out there, I think it's time to beat feet and move on to the next one.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for next week. It's Martinsville. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch and call that race. Championship race, hard to pass, so anything goes, I guess. Remember, they get one fast repair, so you can kind of give a little bit or take a little bit and take more than what you can give. So and still rely on that fast repair. So like everything else, everything is strategy in this league. Things I didn't expect. I mean, now I see why people did stuff they do, but you still got to make it work. And track position's key. So it's all who can get that track position and keep that track position. So other than that, Jimmy, I mean, I'm excited to see everyone next week.
All right, again, shout out to all the fans out there. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe. It's closing in at 1,000 subscriber mark. And thanks to all you viewers out there and all these drivers around the track to put on a great show. If you're coming back and rewatching this, hit that like, subscribe. We're at about 58% of our viewers are subscribers. So 40% of you is out there watching, which I really appreciate. Give us that little nudge and that little hit that subs button. It doesn't cost a penny, but it does help these drivers and us out. But until next time, we will see you at the track.
Meow, 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 meow.